Hello everyone and welcome to Knife Review 3000. Today we've got the CRKT Snap Lock. It's a very unique knife in pretty much every aspect. The design's been around for a long time, but CRKT has recently brought it back with this guy. Comes in at about $50. What you get is a stainless steel frame. And a 2.5 inch uh, 420 stainless steel blade on there, kind of a drop point utility style blade, fairly thin but kind of beefy in the middle. Not that you'd want to do anything super heavy duty with this guy, but it's kind of in between actually useful and a gimmick, because it is fairly comfortable. It's very thin, obviously no scales or anything, but it's fairly comfortable, fits in the hand well for my kind of small to medium hands. I've used it a good bit the last week or so, just doing basic, just light duty boxes and that kind of thing, and it works well. Opening and closing definitely takes some getting used to. So basically how it works is this is kind of a wishbone, the frame, and it's a spring, contracting in, and then you've got a cam here where when you pull it, it opens up that frame. This opens up that spring, and then when you rotate it, it fits into these little slots, which it's hard to see on camera there, but little slots. And then when it goes 180 degrees, it clicks in there and stays. It's locked in there, and it's a fairly good lock. It would take a lot of pressure pushing side to side for that to open up this spring, especially if you're holding it like that. It would take a ton of pressure to pop that loose. So it's actually a fairly safe knife in that respect. And then to unlock it is you just do the opposite. So both ways you're pushing with your thumb, it opens it up and it goes back. It is kind of ambidextrous. I can't do it with my left hand, but it can be done. And then also, if you take the pocket clip off, it would spin 100 or 360 degrees. You can go all the way around with it. So if you didn't want the pocket clip on there, you'd be able to do a little bit more with it. As you can see, if you go all the way around, it would just spin around. So that might be something for the lefties out there. Could do that. The pivot in the middle is just for that cam. So it's either copper or bronze washers in there, which probably gonna get some lint and dust and dirt in there, but it's not a big deal because all it has to do is move 10 or 15 degrees to get that to unlock, and then it goes back. So if you carried it a lot, you may need to take it apart every once in a while and clean it out, but it's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna make it so it can't open if you get a little grit in there. Pocket clip is one way. I don't know why they put screws on this side. It makes it seem like you could flip it around, but if you put that on this side, it would not work. So there's that. When you do have it in your pocket, it sticks out a good ways. The cloth of your pocket goes up to about there, and you have all that sticking out, so almost an inch, maybe a little bit more than an inch on there. Here, where's something? So yeah, you're looking at 1.5 inches sticking up out of your pocket, which I wish they moved it up a little bit so it wouldn't be quite as noticeable or sticking out so much. You do have a lanyard loop there, hole, and really it just takes some getting used to. I'm not the most coordinated guy in the world, but a little fiddling with it long enough, and you can get it to work pretty smoothly. It is one of those knives that's fun to hand to a friend and say, figure it out. How do you open this sucker? And watch them struggle. It's kind of entertaining. Let's see. It comes in about 2.5 ounces, so it's nice and light. Fairly standard for a 2.5 inch blade, which is what this is. I think I said that, 2.5 inches. So because it is all metal, stainless steel frame, a lot of knurling on that. You really don't want that to slip when you're opening it. That could be bad, or closing it. And it is fairly easy to open and close without getting your fingers in the way. Again, just takes a little practice. You can do it. You've got a little bit of a safety mechanism here, little guard with some knurling there, or some jimping. Keeps your bottom finger where it should be. Nothing on the top. It's pretty smooth, but this is more of a light duty, I won't say gentleman's knife, but it's light duty. You wouldn't want to do a ton of hard work with it, although I've broken down some boxes, and it is sharp. It's got a nice hollow grind on there. It's not very thick, so it goes through cardboard pretty easily. But yeah, it's almost an art piece. So for $50, it's if you're looking for something unique, either as a gift or for yourself, this might be a good way to go. It's it is useful. It works well for what it is. I would say kind of a light duty knife, but also it just looks really cool, and anybody that's a fan of engineering or knives will generally like to look at it, fiddle with it, play with it, talk about it. So yeah, that's the CRKT Snap Lock. If you have any questions, leave them below, and please subscribe. That would be real nice. And y'all have a good day. Thanks.